Hey guys, it's Gonna Run 13. The title of this video may be a little misleading here. The title of the video is going to be basically Remington 870 12-gauge shotgun versus Mossberg 590 12-gauge shotgun, basically. I'm not big into these videos really about Remington 870 versus a Mossberg 500, 590, AK-47 versus an AK-74, AK-47 versus an AR-15, all that type of stuff. You know, I have a profound fondness for a lot of those firearm platforms. And they're kind of apples and oranges when it comes to, say, the AKs against the ARs and so on and so forth. Maybe one day I'll do a video just kind of discussing the similarities, but this video is basically about my love for, or fondness for, the shotgun platform. Okay. I do have a few 12-gauge shotguns, which I do like the 12-gauge shotgun platform for a multitude of different reasons, be it for a defensive purpose, offensive purpose, be it in a raw situation or protecting your home or whatever. It's a great firearm platform. It's a very violent platform, very destructive. So I've always liked the shotgun platform. Like I said, I got a few of them from different single shot shotgun to double barrel shotguns, side-by-side shotguns, and so on and so forth. Also got a couple 500 Mossberg 500 series shotguns. I got a Mossberg Cruiser, and then one more for hunting purposes, and then my Mossberg 590, and also my Remington 870. This is going to be a video kind of discussing the 590 Mossberg and the Remington 870, between the similarities and the differences, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and for what reasons. It's not going to be this versus that. It's going to, discussing, I have both and what I like about each other. One firearm that I would love to put into this video would be a Winchester Defender 1300. I want to get my hands on one of those one day. I think it makes another great fighting shotgun, along with the Remington 870 and the Mossberg. So, just for my fondness of the 12-gauge platform, I would like, for the fighting shotgun, I would like to get one day to add to my collection here. So, this video is going to be basically discussing the Remington 870 shotgun and a Mossberg 590 shotgun, which I own, what I like about it, and for what reasons and why. While I'm on the subject here, I mentioned on a prior video that I was going to be putting together a new fighting shotgun rig, a new designated fighting shotgun rig. I did a video in the past on a tactical vest that I used mainly for my 12-gauge shotgun fighting, and I no longer am using that particular one. I am now going to be using this particular one that I'm putting together right now. So while I'm on this video on the two shotguns, I'm also going to discuss and show you kind of what I've done with this rig right here. Sorry for the background noise. Family likes to get involved when I'm making a video all of a sudden. But anyways, so this is a shotgun rig that I've been putting together, a designated shotgun rig. Okay, so I'll go ahead and remove this 870 and I kind of show you what I got going on. Alright, so this is the rig thus far. I've decided I'm going to use basically a chest rig similar to my AK rig. This is my actual AK rig carrier. Okay, I'm going to be using something very similar to this, but I'm just using my AK rig, multi-cam rig right here. right now. Basically, I'll probably be doing a coyote brown to match some of my some of the gear here. Anyways, what I got going on here is just kind of a basic setup here. You know, gotta have a combat knife, gotta have a blow-off kit no matter what rig or platform you're running. On here right now, I just got a sidearm, a pistol sidearm right here. But basically, I've got an opening right here. There's a basically a small dump pouch system that I have at a local Army surplus store, so I'm going to go pick that up to film in this area right here. It's a smaller dump pouch, and it's got like a cover where you could just stick your hand right in. I think that would be great to also retain some shotgun shells right here, to be able to use actually to hold shotgun ammo as well. Basically what I got right here is a pouch right here that holds various shotgun rounds. Okay, and also I have another pouch right here that folds down and opens up. I'll kind of go ahead and you know, that you can open up to expose more shotgun rounds right here, where you kind of have various shotgun ammo, like I have here. Basically, I've got some double-aught book rounds, some slugs. You know, you could use any kind of specialty rounds. Between this and this right now, and say with my Mossberg 590 with the side saddle that I've got using right there, plus eight rounds, one in the tube. Basically, with just this, and that round, and that shotgun fully loaded with the side saddle, I'm running 50 shotgun rounds. Okay, so 50 shotgun rounds is pretty decent. Also with that pouch, you know, I'll be able to utilize more rounds also, be able to reach in. But this is basically the setup I'm probably going to be putting together. I'm going to get another carrier so I can make this dedicated. I can put this AK rig back together. This kind of shows you what I'm using right here as my general fighting rig. So like I said, I retain rounds here, I retain rounds here. Got a sidearm right now, just a fighting knife and a blow-out kit. I'll get that other pouch. That should pretty much cover it as far as the fighting rig for right now, tailored to what I want to be doing. So that's kind of just a brief look at that also. And you know, we'll follow up in the video here and kind of get into what this video is really about, and that's, you know, my fondness for the 12-gauge shotgun platform and a couple of my fighting shotguns that, you know, I would use in these situations. So we'll go ahead and cut to that video real quick. We'll cut into the firearms and we'll go from there. Alright guys, here's a look at a couple of my fighting shotguns. Like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of the platform, be it single shot, 12 gauge, or side by side, coach shotgun. You know, I've had all in the past, or like I said, I have a couple Mossberg 500s also, 500 series. But these are my two main fighting shotguns here. Like I said, I want to, you know, add the Winchester 1300 to it someday as well. But anyways, here's a look at the two that I have here. The Remington 870 Magnum Express on the right, and my Mossberg 590 Mariner on the left. And in a previous video, I kind of went over the two firearms, basically showing, you know, the Remington I kind of utilize as more of that fighting shotgun, as far as, you know, adding modifications to it with the collapsible 6-position stock and the pistol grip, and putting a rail on top, and adding for the single point sling, and putting a white light on there, white light mount. Sometimes I've actually put a micro red dot sight optic on there as well. Overall, this is, you know, excellent quality. You know, I don't want to go in between which one's better. I like them both a lot. I would gladly take one or the other in any situation. But, you know, some things are a little bit different. One, this Remington's got a shorter barrel. This is an 18.5-inch barrel. So it's got a smaller magazine. It's got the extended magazine tube, but this holds 6 rounds in the tube, you know, 1 in the pipe. So 7 rounds total. This thing's got a 20-inch barrel with a full extended tube. This will hold 8 rounds, sorry. 8 rounds in the tube, 1 in the pipe, so 9 round capacity total. So it's got a little more length on the barrel. This also has, you know, the extended telescopic 6-position stock, which I like to put in a smaller, or change your length of pull if you need to shorten it in hallways and so on and so forth. I like that capability, but I also like, you know, your standard shotgun setup as well. The Remington 870 is a little bit heavier. The receiver is actually a milled receiver, milled steel, ordnance steel. You know, and this shotgun here is just a little bit lighter. It's not really a big difference to me as far as the weight difference is. This has got a steel trigger guard. This has got a plastic trigger guard. You know, different little things like that. The safeties are different. This is tailored more for a pistol grip setup with the safety switch over here behind the trigger. You know, Mossberg is traditionally up on top of the receiver here. A little bit easier for this setup right here without a pistol grip. That way you don't have to remove your control hand, your firing hand off the controls here to manipulate the safety. Also, the slide release, you know, on the Remington 870 is in front of the trigger, you know, which some people like and don't like because you have to remove your hand from the firing controls. The Mossberg has it behind the trigger. So it's all preference, you know. It really is not a big deal to me either way. I like them both. Both of them have bead sights right now. Both of them are tapped to put on a rail or ghost sights, which that is my preference. My favorite for shotgun is ghost sights. So eventually, one thing I will change, I'll have ghost sights on both. But the bead sight is very practical for you know, its application right now. If you're getting into more precise shots and stuff like that, you know, your ghost sights and rifled front sight might be a little bit better of an option for you. But where was I going with this also? One of the benefits also on the Mossberg is the extractor is removable. So if you break that, you can just remove that yourself and replace that. With the Remington 870, you'd have to actually send out to get that taken care of if that were to break. You know, all in all, these rifles or these shotguns aren't set up with any specific chokes. These are cylinder rifle, barreled rifles, so you could shoot your rifled slugs or your buckshot or birdshot or whatever you want on it, which I like. I like as a tactical fighting shotgun, you know. But these are pretty much two of the best top of the line pump shotguns you can get. Like I said, Winchester 1300, which they don't make no more, you know, fits into that category. As you get into semi-autos, you know, you can look into spending a lot of money on the semi-autos, but it depends on what kind of application you may need them for. But I'm a big fan of the pump shotguns, and here are two of some of the best there are out there. One day I might actually get one of the Mossberg 590A1 shotguns. I'm kind of a big fan of that. I've been looking at them. I really like this 590 Mariner. This has been a great shotgun right here. So I'm sure I'll probably keep this thing. It's a nice specialty shotgun in its own right, but I think I might look into getting a Mossberg 590A1, the Alpha 1 model as well. But all in all, it's kind of a quick look, talking a little bit about the two shotguns, not comparing them to like one is better than the other. I would take one or the other. Just, you know, talking about what I like about them both, and kind of going over this stuff, checking out the chest rig, setup, stuff like that. So all in all, guys, this is pretty much it on the vid. So I wanted to discuss these two shotguns here. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You know, do you have a Remington 870? Do you have a Mossberg 500, 590? Do you have a Winchester 1300? What do you like about it? What do you prefer? So I'd like to hear you guys chime in on it. But just a look at these two shotguns. Great rifle, great shotgun pump shotguns. Great for anything you may need it for defensive situations. So that's pretty much it, YouTube. Gonna run 13. I'll have some more videos coming up. I got some reviews on some gear and stuff I need coming up pretty soon, so we'll talk to you a little bit later.